And here we go. We're back. We're back with Abbeville and Palmetto. We're breaking down the softball again. Class 2A, District 4. And we're covering this one, like I said, we're just covering our local teams. We're covering this one because Abbeville's in here and they're playing Palmetto. Palmetto has played some of our teams in 1A this year. They got smoked by them. They got smoked by Ware Shoals. 96 played them a couple times in a scrimmage. They got smoked, okay? Abbeville is going to take this game. I'm confident in this pick. There's no grandma conspiracy here. No grannies running around for Palmetto scouting Heather Rich or any of the other Abbeville players. Even if there were, they still wouldn't beat them. Abbeville's going to take this game. I got confidence in the seniors in Abbeville. I got confidence in Richie. I got confidence in Blair Hammonds. I'm taking Abbeville, guys. Mark, what you got?
I'm going to go with Abbeville, too. I think they're going to make up for where their baseball lacked this year. They're the only ones in the playoffs right now as far as baseball, softball goes. So Abbeville's going to go, and I think they're going to go all the way. They're going to hop on down the board here, so watch for it.
And Palmetto will move down to the loser bracket. Abbeville and Saluda, those are two really strong, well, Abbeville's like a real strong 2 seed. They're probably one of the strongest ones out there in softball. I can't even believe they're a 2 seed, but we'll get into that at a later time. All right, Mark, it's time to talk a little baseball. I think this is what you've been waiting on.
That's me.
Class 2A, District 2, we got the Emerald Vikings taking on Chesney. Chesney's the #1 seed in this bracket. Mark, what are you seeing out of the Vikings?
I'm seeing Vikings pulling off their ace tonight. It's going to be John Woolston on the mound. And hopefully their bats are going to stay hot. They, like I said, they've been streaky with the bats all year long. And this time, John Woolston's going to pitch a good game. But with the lefty that Chesney's got, a dominant ace from the left side, southpaw, I think he's going to take it to Emerald and the bats are going to go cold. Chesney's going to move on for this one.
We should move Emerald down to that loser bracket.
Yeah, Emerald's going to be playing on Saturday.
All right, I'm going to take Chesney on this one. I think Emerald, they got a chance in this loser bracket, but they don't have a chance against Chesney. Chesney's one of the best teams in the state right now. Emerald, they're pitching, I think you said John Woolston. So that's going to be a close game. I'll give Chesney a score of 4-2 in this one. They'll keep it close. But then in the end, I think the Chesney Eagles, I think that's their mascot, will go ahead and take this. So I'm going with Chesney right here. And Gilbert and you, Claire, I got an opinion on that one.
I got a good opinion on that one too.
Yeah.
Gilbert is extremely strong.
Yeah, and I got an inside man that's telling me, to go a certain way. I'll tell you one thing, that French soccer, you're Claire. I'm not even feeling that French thing.
No.
I'll let that be an indicator of who I'm going with. But you gotta check the site to make sure of where I'm going on that pick. Anyway, let's flip this bad boy over. Move into some more baseball. Alright guys, right here, right now. Class 4A, District 4, Greenwood snuck into the playoffs as that last seed from that region. It was a tough year in that region for them. But they snuck in with some good home wins down the stretch. The only problem is no more home games. They're on the road.
Yep.
Greenwood has lost their last 6 region road games. That's not a good stat for them to have heading into Boiling Springs. Boiling Springs, I believe, were the state champs last year in 08.
08 state champs.
All right, Mark, break it down for me. Who's going to be on the mound for the team?
Oh, Greenwood, you would think the first round here, going against Boiling Springs, you think they'd bring Boo Powell at least to get the first win right off the bat.
Exactly,
but
yeah.
they're going to hold him back and come with a Japanese superstar. And you know who that is?
Mr. T.
Yeah.
We got Taniko. Is that his name? Taniko Kasuta or something?
Sounds good enough.
Yeah. Japanese, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I messed your name up, Mr. T. I'm going to stick with Mr. T because I don't have a clue how you pronounce that. But anyway, Greenwood, for some reason, not going to pitch Powell right here. Boiling Springs is coming with their ace, Cameron Holmes. Holmes pitched a no-hitter for the Boiling Springs Bulldogs in his last start against Burns. That's all the proof I need. They're coming with their ace, and Greenwood's coming with maybe their third best pitcher.
Right.
Because I would throw Powell or Nate Bridges ahead of him. So there's no question who I'm going with. I'm going with Boiling Springs Bulldogs in this one. Greenwood, like I said, they've had region road games all year. They lost their last 6. This is a road contest. BS. I know it says BS, but it means Boiling Springs. I'm going with Boiling Springs.
I'm going to take Bowling Springs also. Even though Mr. T is a deceptive pitcher, you know, like the Japanese style of pitcher,
Yeah.
I think they can catch up to his fastball and his off-speed's decent, but Bowling Springs is too strong.
Yeah.
And I think they got him on this one.
I believe it'll be a pitching duel, 3-2, but like I said, Bowling Springs will take that. Green will move down to that loser bracket and hopefully pitch Powell in that game.
Yeah.
And find out who they're gonna face. Man, this is a matchup right here. Rock Hill versus Clover. These two teams battle it out in the region. Last time they came out, it was a close contest, and Rock Hill took Clover. I think it was a 6-3 score. It was a back and forth matchup. Those teams have played about 4 times this year, and that's going to be the 5th time right there. They're going to do battle in this whole bracket, I think, a couple more times. Anyway, to find out who I'm going to pick on that game, go on to the site to see who Greenwood's going to be facing. It's going to be a tough matchup either way, whoever loses that game. Moving down here, we got the 96 Wildcats of Class A, District 1. They're going to be going up against the Southside Christian. I'm not sure what the mascot is. But anyway, it doesn't matter. 96 is going to beat the brains off of Southside Christian. After this game, they're going to be wanting to become centers. Tell me who's going to be on the mound, Mark.
For 96, they got 3 decent pitchers. They got Clamp, and they got Prater, and they got Mikey Clark. Mikey Clark's 6-0 this year. So they're going to put Mikey Clark on the mound. Mr. Dependable here. 6-0 already. I think he's going to give them another win and put 96 ahead right here.
That just tells you kind of 96's pitching depth, because I think Mikey Clark, even though he is 6-0, he might be like maybe the 2nd or 3rd best pitcher on that team. I think I put Prater right up there as the top pitcher.
You also got to think about Ryan Slack, who does a dominant job.
They got pitching depth everywhere, and that's why 96 is going to have a nice little time in this bracket right here. I'm going to go with the Wildcats also. They're at home. Even though they lost their last 2 games of the season, I'm still going to go with 96 on that one. That would move Southside Christian down to that loser bracket.
Right.
And Fox Creek and Louisville, that should be a good game. Should be a good matchup. To find out who we're going to pick in that matchup, go onto our site like I've been telling you the whole time. These games that we're not picking is going to be on our site. All our picks are going to be on there. So if you want to make a prediction with us, if you think we're just crazy with the predictions we're making, go ahead and go on there and tell us why. I can't leave without saying Ware Shoals are going to be playing Blacksburg. This is also in Class A. They're going to be on the road. Mark, what's your prediction in that game?
I think Blacksburg is too strong for Ware Shoals. Ware Shoals sneaks in every year in a weak region. They do make it to the playoffs. But Blacksburg is real strong, and I think Blacksburg will move on.
Yeah, Blacksburg is, I think, top 10 in the state. I'm going with Blacksburg in that game. Ware Shoals, even though they had a strong finish to the season, I think it's going to be a little too tough for them. They'll move down to that loser bracket and keep it going in there somehow. Also, Dixie's going to be at home in Class A. I think that's District 4. And they're going to be playing Greenville Tech. What are you seeing in that game?
I got Dixie in that one. Dixie coming as a high seed, and they are prepared and they are ready. Coach Hopkins down there has got them ready, along with their head coach, and Dixie's going to win now. Yeah,
this has been a good year for the Dixie softball team and baseball team. I'm going to go with Dixie on that one also, Greenville Tech. I haven't heard too much about them. It sounds like a technical school down there. I hope they don't have a baseball team, because not many kids will be on it. But anyway, I'm taking Dixie on that one. The Hornets are too strong this year for anybody. It doesn't matter if it's Greenville Tech or who. They're too strong. They're going to move on in that bracket. Greenville Tech will move down to the loser bracket. And I think that's about it. I don't think I've left anybody out. I think so. Anyway, the brackets are set. We've made our predictions. For the rest of them, go onto our site, check it out. I've had fun here. I'm not sure about Mark. He's kind of reserved, kind of holding back a little bit. I know we had a couple of close-ups on him. Gave him a couple of minutes in the spotlight.
I think I might have froze up there.
Mark, before we go though, show them what we're playing for. I want them to know out there, give them kind of a feel of what we're doing.
Yeah, we can play.
Bam.
We can play for my 13-0 crown if you want.
You can't put the crown on until you can't put it on until you win this.
Well,
okay?
I might as well, because I got all good picks.
Yeah, and I got good picks too. But we'll find out who's gonna win that. It's the king of predictions. Somebody's gonna get the crown. I don't know who it's gonna be. Hopefully it's me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be me. But we'll see. We'll find out after tonight. We'll see how these picks start rolling in here. We'll come back to you next week. Show you how the board's breaking down, who had the right picks, who didn't. You know how we do it here on the Greenwood Today Sports Bracketology, the first one ever. I'm Johnathan Graves. I'm sports editor of GreenwoodTodaySports.com. And I am out.